I know someone that had seen Dexter or The Mist or were aware of this. I don't know. I don't know why they hired me for Smallville. They actually called me in, and then I didn't have to screen test or anything. Like it was a very easy process in terms of getting that role. They just somehow decided they wanted me. Being human was because it's the same casting director for Smallville. They were like looking for Aiden. They'd gone through hundreds of guys, and they were having trouble finding him. And the casting director goes, "Well, you know, this guy Sam Witwer's kind of a troublemaker, but he might be able to do it. I don't know." And so then they called me in. But you know, it's funny. I mean, I did a pilot for CBS that had nothing to do with sci-fi, but it didn't go. And I do little projects here and there that have nothing to do with it. But I guess the ones that are most seen are these hopping around in the franchises and stuff.
Yeah, you tapped in.
No, well, it's fun though, because I mean, I'm a huge fan of all this stuff, you know. So I'll walk in, you know. I got a chance to visit. Okay, I shouldn't say this. I can't say this. Okay, okay. I got a chance to visit J.J. Abrams' Star Trek set, and it was, yeah, I've never been on a set that was that large where I'm looking and me and my buddy are looking at it and we're looking at a light fixture and going, you know, if we sold that light fixture, we could make a whole episode of my show. But it was funny because me and my buddy who went there were both kind of nerds, and we were able to look at the set and know what planet we were on.
That's impressive.
We're like, oh, this is, you know, what? Oh, I know where we are. You know, we're dorks. That's planet Dork 5. Fifth planet in the Dork system. Anyway.
Thank you very much.
In The Force Unleashed, you're essentially playing Luke Skywalker if he was raised by Darth Vader. How did you prepare for that?
Dude. Well, you know, I watched the movies. No, you know, we talked a lot. We talked a lot because we were like, we not only want this character to feel like he belongs in Star Wars, but we want him to feel like he would belong next to like Han and Luke. We wanted to give him that kind of flavor, performance-wise. So, being the bunch of geeks that we are, we came up with like a geek equation to make Starkiller, because we were trying to figure it out. We were like, well, we don't want him to like this guy, but he starts out kind of as space Hitler a little bit, you know. He's just doing bad things, and then he becomes a good guy.
Oh, Hitler bad.
Hitler bad. The bad. He starts out like bad Hitler. What would you guys think if I said that? He's like Hitler, only he's evil. I mean, what does that mean? What's he trying to say here? Hitler, you've gone wrong. But God, we've done the Hitler thing today. Great, thanks guys. So we were like talking about it. We were trying to figure it out, and part of the reason why we were trying to figure out what kind of character it was is that at first you could have played it 50 different ways. And on my audition, I'm like, yeah, you can play this 50 different ways. Like, okay, do them. So we did the character like sort of a Luke Skywalker version, a Han Solo version, of this, of that, all these different types of personalities. And then finally, when we got down to it, we're like, you know what? He needs to be all of these personalities. So if you notice when he's talking to Darth Vader, he's like, what is Darth Vader my master? You know, and he's like, he sounds a little bit like Darth Maul, and it's sort of that Sith apprentice thing. And then when he's talking to Proxy and Juno, he's like, hey, come on, shut up, guys. You know, and so it's got that banter from the original Star Wars. So, but here's the equation. Long answer to a question. He is, if I can remember correctly, he is, okay, 1 part Darth Maul, 2 parts Han Solo, 1 part Indiana Jones, because there actually is a difference, believe it or not, and then 1 part Luke Skywalker. So that was what we were doing, you know, that was it.